Up against each other in a best of 3. We see this all the time, of course, in the SADPC, and it typically goes Beast Coast way. It has that way for this year. But I feel like similar to NA a little bit in the TSM Shopify, I kind of feel like I trust Evil Geniuses to always do better when it comes to LAN. Maybe not necessarily in the 1v1 matchup against these two, but I do think that EG is likely to go farther than Beast Coast overall. What do you think?
Sounds like some caster bias to me.
Well, I got to offset the clear bias that Sheepo has, so.
That's true. And it's hard to say. I always feel like this EG team has better star power, but star power does not always equate to higher placement.
Oh, and I mean, they 100% have better star power,
and the thing
in my
is,
opinion.
Star power in the regional matchup is kind of worthless, to be honest. I mean,
yeah.
I beat Arteezy a lot of times. It didn't do anything. So,
yeah.
in this essay on essay, I feel like it really goes out the window, and it just comes down to who has a better read of the other person, which so far Beast Coast has had that. Like all these meetings, they come out on top. I feel like this is another draft where Hector got the last laugh, so to say. He got this last pick Naga in a very good Naga game. And with a lineup that can kind of play well around the map, as Brian was talking about, I give him a slight edge here, but it is slight because at the same time, I feel as though everybody in this game got a bunch of their signature heroes.
Yep.
I feel like both teams just let each other have what they wanted. Like, EG always want this Primal. They always want this Death Prophet for Crystal Luck. He was popping off on it at Lima Major. They love the Marcy for Matthew. Because on a last pick, super hard carry. Faces Void. One, he's very comfortable. He can make the big plays down the clutch with refreshers and multiple chronos. And then if you're Beast Coast, you get the Silencer, which is a dominant hero in the SA region. You get your melee hero for Schofield. And then you get your offlane Lush and mid-bat. It's like, I mean, which of these hero player combinations is not something we've seen before from both these teams?
No, you're 100% right. I think the Primal Beast is particularly interesting for Evil Geniuses because they run it on 3 different roles. It's mostly Whisper, but it has been Matthew in the past, and it can be Chris Luck. He played it once this tournament as a mid laner. And here, they pick it up and they lane it up against the Naga Siren. And since this is such a potentially good Naga Siren game, this is the lane I really want to watch the most. Or maybe just Whisper's performance in general on the Primal Beast, because I think he has the best opportunity to be able to shut down the Naga. As we're going to see Sacred slow down, but the time dilation and Pakaz got a bash. He definitely get the kill. May still have an opportunity, though. One last hit. Oh, 8 HP. Not quite enough. Pakaz will not be able to get the second kill of the game.
That's why you buy branches, kids.
True.
Right there. Avoid that first, well, it's not even first blood, I guess, but avoid that kill going towards Pakaz. Early dilation, I like early dilation. I feel like it makes this hero way stronger on the lane. It's pretty much the standard nowadays, but there was a time where you didn't get it. And you can seriously fight with this Void Lich lane. One of the downsides I thought for this Lich pick is you're playing Lich, who I predominantly think about this hero in terms of Frost Armor in the AoE team fight.
Yeah.
You're playing him into Batrider or Leshrac, who do not give a damn about Frost Armor at any point in the game, and tend to take the fights in kind of a split-up manner. There's no big ores that Beast Coast necessarily have to play around. They can play the fight skirty with the Naga Illusions and the Batrider walking over cliffs. And then your Lich just kind of feels bad. So if there's one hero in this game I would think might have a rough time, it's probably Panda. Whisper gonna try and get a kill, but get netted, son.
Got him good.
I am surprised Hector even knows this hero has net.
Yeah.
That's a new one to me. I thought it'd just be illusions, Riptide, and stats to the moon.
That's what I was
Hector
saying.
stocks
404
exploding.
stats. Let's go.
What is this, a raw form gentleman right here? Helping his buddy out. Look at this, man. He's a new carry player.
You know what he's figured out is that hero kills are worth.
But he didn't even want that
About
one, you
as
know?
much as- yeah.
He wasn't even hit. He's like, whatever. If I get the assist gold, sure. I'm going back to CS. He's efficient. You got to give that to this man.
He certainly is. Yeah, this lane is going to be an awkward one. Tusk, Leshrac, pretty clear kill potential. Up against Lich, Faceless Void, which is not a weak lane. I mean, with the Frost Armor put on a Void.
No, both these safe lanes are in pretty good position. I think both the carries are honestly in a pretty good position. Like, I feel this is a pretty good Faceless Void game outside of the Naga. So I feel as though both teams got what they wanted out of their picks. It's just a question of who gets to play the map better. Slight edge to the Naga, but we'll see how that transitions into the mid game. Might be dependent on just who gets a faster start. Yeah. You were talking about stats earlier. Aren't these two carries two of the top 3 most farmed players at this event?
Yes, they are.
So you got Greed going up against Greed. That's a recipe for perhaps a long game.
C-Smile is dead, I believe. Mago's got to try and run him down, or maybe not. Spirit Siphon, man. God, Spirit Siphon is just so strong early. He was taking so much damage from the Firefly. Had so many stacks on. Still has so many again. Flame Break's coming in.
He's dead.
Oh, he's dead. Now he's dead. He's got some wand charges, turns around, throws the nuke out. But meanwhile, top lane looks like the Tusk dies, so we're wrong about the strength of the safe lane.
It's a huge kill for Dark Mago mid.
Yeah.
You really want to accelerate in this bad first DP matchup. The faster you can get the lasso and the resources to use it, you might just kill this DP before she gets to use Exo on you and push your tower. And as this matchup goes in the mid game, it's rough for Death Prophet. You're a single target burst hero who can kite her out. You're not too afraid of the siphons. You can reposition her into the burst that beastcoast will have a decent amount of with the Lesh, the Tusk, and Global on top. This is very good sign for beastcoast that Dark Maw goes off to this fantastic of a start. And shutting down what has been one of EG's go-to heroes.
Going for the kill. Does he have enough? Is he fast enough? Oh, no!
The last fist.
He just needed one more slam on the ground and Stinger would have died.
Maybe a product of the fact he's had to go into this Vanguard first instead of maybe the more aggressive Arcanes first that we normally see from him.
Sure.
But Kaz is gone. Just like that. This is a rough early game for EG. They are losing 3 lanes right now and not losing them by a thin margin. They are losing them by a decent margin.
Yeah, 2,000 net worth lead. 6-minute power rune does spawn. It's going to be C-Smile picking up an invis.
You have 2 levels ahead in mid. You're about to hit level 7 on Dark Mago versus level 5 DP.
He's going to go for the kill.
I think he's going to get it.
He has a lot of wand charges. See if he can get out of the flames, pop the invis, and he is going to be okay.
I didn't get him over that cliff. Yeah. I thought there was going to be a lot more damage coming out from this bat. At least you get a teleport rotation from Panda. That's going to open up space top on Pakaz. Might try and kill him again if they can get that leap out. The whole time, Hector's farming. Hector is not getting pressured. Another factor between these matchups, I feel if Whisper cannot pressure Hector in the early part of the game, beastcoast tend to just feel really comfortable in this matchup.
Ensnare stops the Primal Beast from getting damage out. Now it's the Primal who's going to be in trouble. Matthew may actually just die to Hector, and the rotation from Dark Mago. Very nice.
I can't believe Stinger didn't level Glaive for the extra insteal.
Yeah, seriously. They're getting so many kills at this point.
Come on, you got the blue hair, man. That's for all the blue ints you're sucking up.
And Primal Beast hates losing his
Primal
mana.
Losing mana is super debilitating.
Recovery hand to minus.
I was about to say,
yeah.
Midas on the menu for Pakaz. He's going to need it this
Not
game.
terribly surprising, I would say.
And this start is very strong for Beast Coast. They don't have easy ways to deal with the Naga illusions on the map either. That's going to be that aggressive Exo force. This is not what Chris Smile wants to do with his Exo in this game.
Okay, so Matthew is like, all right, something's got to change. Our lanes are going poorly. He's going to link up with the Lich. They do manage to get a support kill. They're going to rotate into mid while this Exorcism is out. So get some damage onto mid tower. Maybe not very much with the Glyph used.
You'll get a rune out of it. You'll help Chris Luck catch up a little bit here. And you probably have to just keep dual roaming to try and get some action on the lanes, force Beast Coast around instead of making you react to them. So right now, all the pressure points are for Beast Coast. Hector is in the jungle. He is already accelerating.
Stun does land. Matthew gives them the movement speed boost. Panda is going to be able to get out of there, and Sacred maybe overextended himself now. Going to be slowed down by Matthew. Pakaz just couldn't get any bashes there. Now they're going to turn around back on Pakaz. Matthew He's going to die. Let's see if the Death Prophet can survive through this one. He's got a lot of Spirit Siphons going, but they're being dragged away. And underneath the Firefly, he's got a regen rune, but he doesn't have any space to use it, sadly, and will finally fall. Mago picks up another one. The lane matchups, man. Oh, the star power for nothing. You weren't wrong about the fact that it just doesn't seem to matter in these intra-regional matchups. Oh, he's got Chrono. Let's go for it. Yeah.
Got out that creep wave. Didn't have it for the river fight, but he'll get a big core kill here.
And he'll get a little bit more unless the Batrider can somehow stop this one. The Flame Break to be able to push him away. Schofield goes back the other direction. They do not want to run into this Batrider. Not with the stacks. Stacking up.
They're bringing support, though.
Yeah, they are. If he gets another bash, maybe. But it would have taken a lot more. Oh, my God. He's still going for with the time dilation? That's crazy.
Got his courier. The little bat. The little bat, man. We'll pay the price here.
That's called Robin.
I'm not going to bring up that meme again.
And Whisper is not having an easy time. I really would have thought that the AoE magic damage of Primal Beast would match up pretty well against Naga side.
Does in the lane, but Hector hasn't been laning for a bit either. It's pretty hard for Primal to shut down the Naga's farm unless you really snowballed off an early kill or two.
Yeah.
Even then, when we get into the mid game, I don't think Naga really cares about this hero. Gonna run around and maybe kill 1 or 2 illusions, but the rest of his team is gonna suffer. And it's about the fight too. Song is pretty good this game.
Oh yeah.
Song versus Chrono, Song versus an Exo. Even just Song when the Marcy leaps in and you can reset the fight. You can set up for Lesh stun if you get the Lesh shard later. It's also pretty nasty. You just lock people in an area where those splitters keep coming back. You can lay down the Firefly. Global out of it. Like, Hector can easily join the fights and skirmishes game and have large impact.
Oh, the Primal Beast. Bit of a dive in this lane, and he needs to be able to get a kill out of it. He wants to be able to get the Leshrac. Not going to be able to grab him, though. Schofield dies instead. Well, C-Smile gets run over by the rotations. I mean, you said Hector can get involved early, and he's already doing that in the mid lane. They got the kill on C-Smile. And, oh, Matthew. This would be big if he could get it, but he's not fast enough. He tried to go for, I think, the pulse kill somehow, but that didn't work either.
Whisper going to clean up a support. But that's a pretty big kill to bring in the Naga, get the Death Prophet, and have your bat live.
Yeah.
The power of anime. Not powerful enough.
No, it's not. Another 18 seconds until another Chronosphere, and he's got the Hand of Midas, so we'll see if Evil Geniuses are able to use this, because they kind of do need to be using their abilities off cooldown to get something back in this game.
I mean, they got tier 1 mid off that Exo.
Nice.
That's pretty damn nice here.
Stay
Still
nice,
no last.
we do not want to see another stomp. And it has been, it's been 2-0s all day, and I feel like it's been 6 stomps in a row. Hey, speaking of which, let's build up that building damage. Both teams actually getting building damage for once. Oh, missed on Stinger. Didn't know exactly where he was. They'll connect eventually, though.
Taking advantage of that tier 1 missing. Not as a protective area as it once was. And another rune secured for C-Smile as well. Haste for the Death Prophet. Haste is really big in this game. It's something you can't abuse about this Beast Coast lineup. If you get Dispels, if you get Force Staffs, Lotus, even Pipe, you do negate a lot of the damage. They're kind of all in on being able to hit people with their minimal stuns. Sometimes the downside of Silencer lineups, if you don't have really clear jump and like a duel or something, you have a lasso, but what happens if someone BKBs during the lasso or that person gets Lotus? Global to try and bail it out, but the trample's going.
Mago's here and Hector's here. They're going to grab the Batrider, and Matthew's going to use that opportunity to springboard off and kill Sacred. Nicely played. Now he's going to slow down the Batrider so Whisper can go back in. He disengages, jumps through the fire and the flames, and it doesn't touch him. He is bulletproof and fireproof, but not until he's not fistproof, apparently. Schofield's able to deliver the finishing blow. A 2-for-2 exchange, which is going to be a 2-for-3 in the end. I mean, even the 2-for-2, I have to feel like that favors EG just because they were behind. But a third kill goes their way.
Oh, EG's super happy with that. Anytime they can take down Batrider in this game in an even trade, they're going to be happy. Because it's going to free up space on the map for Pakaz, who's going to be farming with that Midas. It's going to free up time for C-Smile to play on the map without just getting run at. Because that is what's going to happen. This bat is going to run at him.
Oh my god,
anytime
the creep had like 1 HP.
He should have right-clicked it, son.
He should have. He was probably afraid that it was going to get glyphed, but they didn't have a glyph.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And this is the map pressure that's only going to get more severe. As the Naga continues to ramp up, pushing the lanes with Mantha, with illusions, the bat has more choice of where he wants to go. Yeah, it's a little unlucky.
Dude, all the creeps are aggroed on this Stinger.
Maybe purposefully.
Yeah, maybe.
Good read if so. Sacred finishes Greaves, so here's your Aura Leshrac coming online. See if Beast Coast want to try and force a fight off of smoke, something of that nature. You do have to keep in mind these Chronos if you get Pakaz. If you clump up too much, Basis Void can punish you.
They've got some okay heroes to put damage inside the Chrono. Death Prophet.
Chain Frost?
Easily the best. If they are grouped up enough for a good Chain Frost, that's nice.
Can sidekick the Void. That's not too bad.
Yeah.
In the later stage.
And if you're leading with the Chronosphere, then Whisper can set up the onslaught for after the Chrono goes down.
Yeah, you can blink in the middle of the Chrono and look menacing.
Panda gets the bounty rune and loses his life. That is probably the best Chain Frost he's going to get for a bit, because as you said, it is really hard to get these guys to group up. Swing and a miss from Whisper.
Dire structures are fortified.
Map's starting to get split a bit more. Beast Coast take advantage of the kill. Will push mid with that Greaves timing. Heck, they're happy to join for that extra gold to give him the last hit.
Yeah, even more of a windfall when he is already up a significant amount. 2,000 net worth lead between him and the Faceless Void. Naga Siren.
Yes.
Jumping forward, they're going to be able to get the Leshrac, but it is not an easy kill. And with the Global Silence, it's an impossible kill. They turn around and kill Pakaz instead. They do have Whisper hitting a nice ultimate, but he doesn't have the damage behind him, it seems, as now he is caught inside the ensnare. Matthew joins in. He onslaughts through them, gets the other side. C-Smile is getting a lot of Spirit Siphons, the Exorcism on the high ground. This is actually somehow turning okay, maybe, for EG. No, Hector still has the finishing blow on some of these supports. Sacred does go down, but C-Smile, it's going to cost him his life to go for that kill, as the snowball catches up to him. Whisper again! That is the third onslaught. He's come back into a team fight on very low HP.
Get a fourth.
Gotten a kill and
out.
Managed to live.
The Vanguard plus the Frost Shield just keeping Whisper alive, even though a lot of it's magic damage. He ends up doing the most in that engagement, almost 3,300 for this Primal Beast. Happy to clean him up with the damage in those charge throughs.
I mean, that should have been Beast Coast walking away.
It really should.
Good victory there, but...
They got the Faceless Void for free off that global initiation. No turnaround potential for Pakaz. Even had nice damage going into Whisper. Just got to be careful about the clump. Anytime you clump with this Beast Coast lineup, you're going to get punished by something on EG's side. Imagine you had Chain Frost here. You might just wipe.
Yeah, that's actually a good point.
And that silence was also very instrumental by C-Smile. He got 4, at least, maybe all 5. I haven't seen a better Death Prophet silence in a long time.
Yeah, his positioning in this fight was really clutch. But ultimately, with the superior initiation and Hector just being so far ahead, they managed to draw a pretty even fight out. They still have the Chronosphere, though. May not need it. No BKB on the Batrider, so Dark Mago is going to die here.
It's a very nice find
for EG.
Remember, every time Bat goes down, it's a lot of space for this EG lineup. Trying to get the return punish, but there's Chrono.
Ah, there's the Chrono.
Oh, beautiful.
And there's the Chain Frost.
Can't overextend in clump versus this team. They are always going to take the fight and respond because they're happy in any of those engagements. They don't want to play the map. They want to play the team fights versus you.
Remember what Sheep was saying? Hector's gonna farm.
Actually, I don't. I never listened to him.
Oh, well, that's fair enough. But the 4 others, just, don't be feeding, guys.
Are we at that point? Are we at the point where Hector's telling his team to stop feeding?
Yeah, pretty much.
That happened pretty fast. I mean, he still has almost double the CS of Pakaz. But the net worths are not that far apart. Let's look at the gold difference here. That's a significant neutrals difference.
And
Did go Mage Slayer second too. Pretty interesting item choice. Obviously decent here if he gets to hit the DP or even some of the supports and the Chain Frost gets thrown out while he's killing the Lich.
Yeah. No,
But unconventional second Naga item.
It is pretty cool, especially with the Hardies going. But what makes you decide to do this instead of the earlier Orchid?
You can't disassemble it.
Oh yeah, like he's definitely going to go the full-out Bloodthorn. But I'm just saying, like, some of these Naga Sirens like to go like a second item, basically, Orchid.
I mean, I was never a fan of this early Orchid.
Okay.
I think it slows the illusion pressure down too much, and it's pretty rare you get insane value out of it. Most of the games where you get that value, I feel like you could have gotten it off of one of your other two cores providing the kill threat anyway. But this could have been an interesting Orchid game because he was so far ahead of the Faceless Void.
Yeah, that's
We're thinking about when is Bakaz going to get a Dispel item in this game. It's going to be pretty delayed since he went this Midas Maelstrom build. That window could have been open to get the punish in. At the same time, making your illusions as strong as possible here is going to just create a lot of issues for EG on the map. So if you're playing for that type of game and you're going to let the Bat pick off this Faceless Void, then I think this build makes sense to me as well. You also have to remember who's building this item cap. It's Hector. Hector does not farm hero. Hector farm creep.
Make a very valid argument.
Don't need the Orchid a creep.
And spoken in a language I can understand, too.
See, I know how you understand Dota.
Yeah, I'm an offlaner.
Yeah.
I need short sentences.
You play the
simple words.
You're a simple man with simple hero pool. Clock, throw hook, primal, throw body.
Venomancer, throw game.
Well, he didn't have to do my boy like that.
BKB and an Aegis. Beast Coast. They got to be feeling pretty good about this timing. At the same time, there is a BKB on Bakaz, so while they do want to get aggressive, they just got to be aware of that potential team fight.
The Dispels are coming out for EG. BKB Yules for Chris Smile, BKB for Bakaz, and Lotus on Whisper. All three cores have a Dispel now. That Global not as effective, the Sound Dispel's not as effective, and Napalm not as effective. You really have to get a good lasso here. Can you burst him?
Got the lasso on to see Smile. Where's the damage, though? Now he's going to get off the BKB. A lot of the damage just goes away when they're magic immune, so they're going to chase after some of the other heroes, but Whisper's not dying easy, and C Smile is just sitting on top of all of them. They got the Chronosphere. Onto the 2. They can't hit Hector, though. That is just not a good target for them.
Go to sleep, son. Never mind, I'm getting the hell out. Good luck, Schofield.
You should be getting out. Snowball over to the creeps. Onslaught to attempt to get damage on him before he could blink away, and it was successful. So Schofield does end up dying. I feel like if they just read the situation a little bit better, it could have been a Batrider kill as well, or at least the Aegis.
I don't know if they care too much about the Aegis. If they're taking these fights and Hector's not killing them, I don't know if they're too worried about hyperscaling this game just because they've shut down the Lesh so hard. Bakaz is just continuing to ramp up here.
Like, you don't think Naga alone is going to be able to carry this game?
It can. It just comes down to how you play the fights on the map. I mean, from a theory standpoint, I think Naga can carry any game. Just the way these fights are going and then with the way the net worth is getting distributed, I'm not feeling it.
Yeah, I see what you
vibe I
mean.
get is just, I feel as though EG is just farming in his late game. They're going to have 3 pretty high magic damage cores online, and Hector's not going to be able to kill them all.
Sacred gets caught on the low ground here. He was trying to connect to his team. Now his team is on the high ground, and they're going to be able to grab some heroes of their own. The Lotus Orb goes down from Whisper, but I don't think he can get far enough away. We'll see. Slowed down a bit, but he's okay. They chased instead after C-Smile, but he's also fine thanks to a haste rune he had in his back pocket. And because sees an opportunity. Well, they used most of their abilities trying to chase heroes they couldn't kill. So that means Matthew and Bakaz are free to be able to re-engage. Matthew does get caught inside the ensnare, probably going to die here, but the BKB from C-Smile. Oh, the onslaught on through all of these heroes. Going after Schofield off the Lotus Orb Snowball, brings him down, and now they can surround Hector. He may be tanky, but he's not strong enough to stand 1 versus 4.
just no damage coming out from this Naga. I feel as though this build has backfired a little bit. Maybe that Orca would have been better. Maybe some higher damage item. Hector runs in, puts all his illusions on somebody, Whisper Lotus Orbs, and walks away. That just cannot be your Naga's impact at this point in the game.
Yeah.
You're not going to win these fights. Now, if you want to itemize like this and you split the map, that is a route beastcoast could have taken. They could have said, oh, okay, we'll not 5v5 you. We're going to shove waves in, split you up, and get a good pick off with Bat Rider or Leshrac Tusk with Global, something like this. But I can't help but feel as though Beast Coast are just running their head into the wall that EG's presenting them, and EG are happy to take the 5-on-5 every time. Because Pakaz is just doing way more damage than Hector is in these engagements.
And if they did the split push route, it would also mean the other cores outside of Hector would be scaling better, which I think theoretically I'm fine with Beast Coast late game if, like you were talking about, if the Bat Rider and Leshrac are keeping up.
Yeah, right now they're not keeping up.
No.
And the gold has slowly been going EG's way. Honestly, this Frost Shield has also been pretty obnoxious in the fight. It's negating a lot of the Naga damage when he puts illusions on somebody. Matthew lives a lot longer. Whisper lives a lot longer. I thought this was going to be a worse Frost Shield game, but it has not been looking like it. And that is a 5-minute Aegis that expires unused for Dark Mago. Cannot help but feel they missed a little bit of value there. As now they're going to smoke and try and get something going with that Blink Dagger reveal for the Bat. You really want Whisper or Pakaz off this. You're going to guess they're in the triangle.
Yeah, they're going to run into Whisper. Not the right... Well, unless Whisper sticks around, he had an opportunity to be able to get away there, but cut his onslaught a little bit short. Lotus Orb. Okay, Snowball goes... Oh, it actually went over to Matthew instead. Smart choice, especially with the Lotus Orb. A big, big Chronosphere, but where's the damage? Here comes T-Smile. He's got some damage behind him, but the BKBs going out from EG means there is no damage on the side of Beast Coast. So Hector starts running away. Turns on C-Smile.
Still at BKB.
Uses his own BKB, and with the Frost Armor slowing down Dark Mago, think they've got him. See if he could blink. Unable to do so, but he does have another Firefly. Maybe he can disappear into the trees somehow.
Oh, how the tables have turned. Who's chasing who?
Oh, he's getting away from the ghost. Pakaz jumped forward. Oh, that was a little deadly, but he's got the Manta, so he was able to get out.
Another Dispel coming through. You still have Lotus on C-Smile as well. Just mass Dispel for this EG lineup, and it is paying dividends. Can't stick on anybody with this Siren.
Great itemization for sure.
They have identified how to play these fights, and they are playing them pretty damn well. Setting up pretty good Chronos for Pakaz. Yeah, maybe your Naga's not dying in this Chrono right now, but she is going to die in it later. When you're talking about 4 or 5 slotted Faceless Void with some extra level of, Chain Frost coming through, extra Crypt Storms, you're not going to be this tanky forever. It's also a fight where Sacred just doesn't get the XP out of it that he wants. This Lesh is continuing to fall behind here.
Yeah, he's just becoming a worse aura offlaner.
I mean, this is why Doom's a first pick. Doom is never poor.
That's true.
Doom had rich parents with a trust fund.
And he did kind of inherit a decent amount of wealth. All right. Pretty even game now at this point in time. Net worth-wise and win probability-wise, too. Pakaz is going to go for a Lincoln's. I mean, these BKBs, they have been using them early, and they are going to get pretty short duration. We're going to see Whisper with his Lotus Orb. He's able to survive through that initiation with the Global Sounds going down, trying to stop EG from being able to chase down heroes. They do get one at least. Stinger does get a 4-staff down to the low ground. Pakaz chases after him with the time dilation slow on Stinger. Oh, and Roshan just spawns right in front of both of their faces. So Beastco's got to be really careful not to have any more heroes caught. Look at this, Panda. He's checking out, seeing if Sacred's around here. I can't believe Sacred's sticking around like this.
Wants to cut another wave.
Oh, he's going to walk into it.
I don't think it saw him.
Yeah, they spotted him.
Oh, they
saw him. Whisper tried to go after him.
That's good space. They need the space right now. That was a non-chrono fight. And again, where's the damage in this lineup? I don't feel like it's there. Your whole lineup is just getting countered by these Dispels. It's removing the bat damage. It's removing the silencer dots. removing net.
In some ways, though, do you think this is going to be a constant problem? Or do you think there is a point where these dispels lose some of their viability, like team fights stretch out long enough that you're able to, or is it just that, is that a play thing?
It's going to be a problem for a long time until you're talking about way late game bat where he just has the damage to power through. Right now, because it's DD, and he is powering through your team. Buyback from Schofield. Is this contestable, though?
Oh, the Chain Frost bounce over to Roshan. Also hitting the illusion. Sacred will eventually die, though. Onslaught through. Chronosphere catching and making sure that Schofield does die. Hector, he doesn't have any buybacks from these heroes, and he doesn't have a TP either, so he's got to be careful.
Nothing. No one's alive by the time this goes out. Yeah, you're alive on this Naga. You're pretty tanky, but you can't hit anybody. I can hit Roche. I guess he can't dispel anything.
Yeah, if they can't fight back, this is
he
probably
really not
a good
contesting
read.
this?
Let's see.
Definitely contest this.
They should. Are they going to be strong enough to be able to do so? The lasso grabbing the Primal Beast and trying to beat him down. But again, the damage is so slow. They're having a hard time killing any single hero. And now Mago slowed down by the time dilation again and again. Tries to go back inside the pit. Inside the pit, the Roshan's almost dead. Oh, the Aegis goes down, but it's picked up by C-Smile first. While Whisper stays alive through all of that against Hector. Hector's full HP.
Might get caught.
But he can't do enough damage to be able to kill the Primal Beast. And oh no, look at that. The Split Earth just could not go off because of the Pulverize constantly. Hits a better one though onto two heroes. Spirit Siphon, nice stun from Matthew, but not good enough. Sacred was able to dodge it, hits him with the lightning, and brings down C-Smile once. Now for a second time. With no BKB, should be slowed down by Scotty enough. Turns around with the Spirit Siphons, but he will not be living here. EG. They may have gotten the Aegis, but they don't manage to keep it in their hands.
Still chasing. Schofield trying to force the action when they know there's no mana and resources on this EG side. No Chrono as well. But he will just suicide, and Hector laughs it off.
Yeah, team really not that close. Snaga Siren is not the fastest hero in the world when it comes to following up these long chases from the snowball.
Well, when beastcoast managed to stun somebody with the Naga there, the Scotty is going to work. That part looks okay. But these long fights are very tough. I feel for Hector. He's just watching his team die, and he can't really stop it. Maybe he just needs to go in first. East Coast player on the fact that Naga can run in with these illusions. They're way too tanky to get bursted. It'll force some action out of EG, which gives Dark Mago and Sacred a better team fight. Because right now, I feel like it's the Bat and Lesh going in first and tanking it up. And they're tanky Naga sitting behind going, let them go on me, guys. Now he's going to go back for the Orchid. Just straight Bloodthorn. Finish out this 4 slot.
I mean, then you would have some potential damage if you could keep it on people. But like you said, there's so many dispels.
I mean, you probably need Nullifier in this game at some point, or Hex. Hex is probably the better option. You can just start with a Hex on the Faceless Void or the DP, throw that Bloodthorn in as well, and just insta-burst them with the back of a lasso. It's probably your best way to take these late game fights. I just don't feel like EG care about these illusions right now. Or at least they should care about them more. I never want to go late game versus Faceless Void. I don't know. I don't even care how much I've counted this hero. It just never feels good. Anything can happen with the Chrono, the Refresher Shard off Roche. This hero's so terrifying in the late game.
Yeah. I mean, you counter him so much, but then if he just gets the right initiation, it's all over. Oh, nice juke there from Sacred. Goes one direction, blinks the other. And the Chronosphere is always the potential for 100-0 on somebody at this point, with Bakaz having so much damage, and that talent, that level 20 talent, adds a lot.
This is another problem with Faceless Void late game. He doesn't even need to get big team fight Chronos. He can pretty much Chrono any core. And the issue is you're so high level that the respawn timer doesn't end up punishing that Chrono cooldown that well. Even here, by the time Dark Maw goes up, Chrono's going to be up in another 60.
Yeah.
Is that enough time to get out on the map, make a move, and punish that cooldown? Probably not. So then you're just looking at a late game where Pakaz is going to have his free choice of chronoing anybody, taking them out of the fight. Puts more emphasis on Hector to be able to make the damage happen, make the lockdown happen on his own. Well, that's more than 18.
A lot more than 18.
97 for Panda. Whew. This man's putting up the big numbers. What is that, like 4 lich right clicks?
I think it's closer to like 6.
You know, when I played, I think I was actually one of the higher building damage 5 players. I remember my team told me this stat.
Yeah.
But the way they said it was, why are you hitting tower so much? You're just dying.
That's a valid point, yeah. That's what I was thinking. Most of the time when I'm playing 5, it's like I'm watching other people hit the tower.
I just like hitting towers, man. There's something satisfying about it. Like, you go to the endgame stats, you see that lich has like 2,000 building damage. You're like, holy, he got in there. He got in there, boys.
I guess so. I feel like that's usually coupled with like 10 deaths at least. Whisper does manage to get out the BKB. I thought he was dead, but Onslaught doesn't even need to use it. He's waited, go back in.
Got a lot of BKBs out early, though.
Second round for Whisper. Charges on through. Looks like they are able to get that kill on a Sacred. The song goes out, and time for Hector to TP away if he only had a TP.
Yeah, he does not.
Oh.
Now he buys it. He's like, oh, there's my TP, guys. It's flying out to him, but it's not going to arrive in time.
Dude, where's my TP?
It's in the next fight. But you needed it there. Another botched initiation. I say botched, but maybe that wasn't even botched. It's just Whisper just lives. You just don't have damage.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
That was non-chrono.
I kind of feel like the Orchid was the play, but I also am just thinking about these like other 2 cores. Like, what is there a build or something they could have done better? Were they just like not? Were they dying too much and not farming enough? What does that shard do? Oh, okay. Somebody picked up the shard from that last fight and then dropped it off for somebody to pick up, and that somebody did not pick it up. Okay, well now C-Smile. They're up 14K, but he got another 1.4K given to him for free.
Yeah, that was not the move. I'll freeze that one. That was not the move.
Thank you, Avery. It's a bad idea to give the enemy team free items.
I do not recommend it. 9 out of 10 Dota players do not recommend you make this play. Shiva's finished as well. If you didn't have damage before, you're not going to have it anytime soon. Didn't even want to chrono this.
Yeah, he's got the freest game, man. He's jumping in. He's not afraid for a single moment.
This might have been an Orchid Naga game. I think the Lesh was just too far behind to provide enough damage.
What about like the Witchblade build on Batrider? Is that...
It's another route, yeah. The issue is even in a jump like that, if you get BKB off, it's kind of sometimes the problem with these Naga lineups. You don't have a physical right clicker. That's why sometimes in the old days, back in my time, people used to pick the physical mids with Naga.
Oh, okay, so like Sniper, SF.
Yeah, if you remember Boston Major days, may I take you back? When OG won that tournament? There was a lot of illusion carries at that event, Terrorblade Naga.
Okay.
A lot of the mids that people like to pair with it then were the Templar Assassin, Dragon Knight. Those are the 2 big ones that come to mind. DP is another good one. Because then you have some physical scaling hero off mid, where if someone BKBs, there's Dispels, Naga isn't necessarily bursting them during that period off a Hex Initiation or something, you still have another right clicker to pick up some of the slack. In this type of alliance, you just don't have that. So all these BKBs and Dispels just counter all of Beast Coast heroes here, and you're not outputting damage in that period, which means it gives Pakaz a lot of time to find the chrono. And now he has 2 chronos. We are in late game Faceless Void territory. Somebody is getting chronoed and someone's dead in it. I can almost guarantee you, I'm going to make a bold prediction.
Heroes will die in Chronosphere. Man, you're really hitting all the bangers tonight, huh? He's got the 20% backtrack. They cannot kill this guy. He's going to pop back, does get hit by the Walrus Punch. They hit him with the lasso as well. They are all in for him, but because the BKB went off, they don't have the damage at all. Hey,
Good song.
nice leap, though.
Using the chrono against him.
Yeah, he's hitting Matthew. Matthew's stuck inside of that.
I
His
did say
BKB
someone would
wears
die in
out.
it. I didn't say who.
Maybe caught? No. Okay, bouncing around. Bakaz going for that kill on a Sacred, not able to commit to it. Meanwhile,
another
they grab
chrono.
a real Naga Siren. Hector needs a bit of help because Bakaz keeps on going back to it. He refreshes, has then another round of Chronosphere. Watch for it. There it is.
That's a good
Catches
one.
him right on the edge, too, so the rest of the team can follow it up. Everybody's dying except for Hector. And they're just ignoring him the entire time. He doesn't even exist until they've killed everybody else on the team.
Does survive.
Radiant's top
He does get back to the
barracks are
fountain.
under attack.
Trickster Cloak proving some decent value there with the evasion. Still, you're losing another lane here off the double chrono. Don't have the buys anymore. Where's the team fight?
Can they fight without the Chronospheres? It seems not. Even the damage that Matthew's putting out is pretty deadly, and that's it. GG is going to be called by Stinger. Says this one is over, and he is absolutely right. For the last 10 minutes or so,